Crypto whales are accumulating these two altcoins in anticipation of a market rebound. Plus, this one new altcoin is seeing record-breaking interest, and its TVL is surging. This is your Altcoin Buzz News. Hey, what's up everyone? My name is Cody, and if you're new here, make sure to like, subscribe, and turn on notifications so you know when we drop latest content. Follow us on Twitter, AltcoinBuzzIO, and as always, not financial advice, and wish you the best of luck in your crypto ventures. Alright, you guys, so starting off today, Bitcoin is hovering around this mid-range here, around $89,000. We lost this key level of $92,000 the other day, and then we went all the way down to just around $86,000. Now, I did think we would come and sweep this level, and it's possible we still do. There's a level here down at $85,000, which I was expecting us to break down and then reclaim, and it's still possible that we can do that. However, the major level here, this level right here, which was at $89,000, was swept by this one, so it is possible that was the bottom. Not saying it is, but it is possible that is the bottom. And we do just continue up here from now. The possibility is we either come up, we reclaim this level and then continue higher, or the unfortunate situation is that we come here, we retest this level, and then we continue lower towards $85 to $80,000, somewhere around there. So those are the two different scenarios that I'm looking at right now. Actually, sorry, three scenarios. So either we have an underside retest of this level at $92,000 and we come back down, or today we just sell off like we have been the past couple of days at the New York Open, and we just sell off and continue lower. Or the best option, the one I'm hoping for, is that we come up, we break above to around $94,000, and then we reclaim this level at $92,000, and we're able to hold above this key level and then continue higher. And then obviously altcoins would help hopefully follow as well. So those are the three things I'm kind of watching for today. It's going to be kind of a decisive one today at New York Open. We want to see this kind of reclaim this level if it does fall through. But unfortunately, equities, the S&P, it has a little bit of buyback wick right now. But I will say, equities, they're pretty topped up. So it's like they still have a lot that can go. But it has been just this channel for the last years. We've just been in this upwards channel where we do have these occasional sell-offs, and then we continue higher. Will this time be the same? It's possible. It's possible that we just keep making higher lows and we continue higher. We just keep going up and just keep going up from here. But it is also possible that it breaks and it heads down, and we do head down towards around. I'm expecting $5,800 if we do keep falling. So we'll have to see what happens with the SPX and the rest of the markets. We do have NVIDIA earnings today as well, which is a big, it's the biggest stock in the S&P 500. So we'll have to see what happens there, because that could make or break the market. It's also very correlated to tech and to AI. So we'll have to see what happens with NVIDIA today. Not looking the best. This is heading down, like I was showing in the video yesterday. We've broken market structure and we're heading down. So hoping that NVIDIA has some great earnings today and we can continue higher. But yeah, those are my three situations for Bitcoin. Hopefully the better one plays out. But moving on, first off today, we have Sonic Labs has surged in the top 12 chains by TVL with explosive growth. So Sonic, which was rebranded from Phantom, is seeing massive TVL gains. So Sonic is rewriting the speed game, soaring TVL, and unstoppable momentum. Bet on speed, bet on Sonic. So Sonic's TVL has surpassed $1.32 billion in TVL when you combine staking and lending for the TVL. Then we also have Shiro saying a Sonic DEX trading volume has surpassed $1 billion, with Shadow on Sonic having the biggest market share. So the Shadow DEX is seeing huge market share and volume trading on the Sonic chain. And the crypto voice says S is pumping nonstop, almost no dips to buy in. From the ashes of Phantom, Sonic has emerged, not just as a rebranded entity, but as a reborn project with massive potential. The brand tells you already, Sonic is incredibly fast, over 10,000 transactions per second with sub-second finality, basically a blink of an eye. And Miles Deutscher also shares, after an incredible month for the S ecosystem, here are the top DeFi projects ranked by TVL. I would pay attention to how this evolves over the next few months, as the entire ecosystem is still new and there's plenty of room for competition. So we can see here we have Silo Labs, Beats, Shadow, Avalon Labs, SwapX, Ichi, Euler Labs, Beefy, Origin, WagMe, Stability, Metropolis, Eggs, Spectra, and Equalizer. And these are all in the top Sonic projects ranked by TVL, so some projects to watch if the ecosystem does continue to grow over the next month. Sonic is looking decent, and it's actually pretty funny. I looked at this just recently. We said this last week when we first talked about Sonic, because it had this chart that it was very new, so it was hard to find good points. But I remember saying, we're going to want to look for this level probably at the next, order block around 70 to 72 cents. And it came down here and perfectly did exactly what I said. And it's so funny how TA works like that sometimes. But it did exactly what I was thinking, where we'd probably come down here, break under, and then reclaim this level. And now it's actually looking really good. So this is probably a level that I'd actually want to be buying or longing from here if the market does hold up. I will say, if the market doesn't hold up today at New York Open and we just continue lower, this is definitely going back down towards this next level between 61 cents and around 57 cents. It's definitely going back down here if we do break through. But right now, any consolidation around here, around the 73-cent level, is a great buy, I think, for Sonic, for an ecosystem that is seeing a lot of growth and just kind of a new narrative. Crypto runs on narratives, and we need some kind of new narrative in order to latch onto, in order to invest in something to speculate on. So Sonic seems to be that new narrative potentially. So anything around here consolidating over the next couple hours, a couple days, I'd love to, buy this for a potential long towards new all-time highs. So Sonic looking pretty good. And then moving on, we have AdRise, the hottest crypto AI gem. So AI agents are a hot sector, even among recent altcoin struggles. Most are crushing the last 3 months before the huge recent liquidation. Agents will come back. People are dying to learn more about them. But we've noticed that other than trading and agents that follow trading info like AIXBT, most AI agents aren't very specific about what they do, and specific use case agents will do better than general agents. And this brings us to AdRise, and AdRise has only one goal in mind: displace crappy marketing agencies. There are marketing agencies for every industry niche as well as every platform. You can find an agency that does only Instagram marketing for plumbers in the UK, or agencies that only do Google ads for Shopify stores. It's like a slot machine. And many of these agencies aren't very good, or in some cases the business is too small or too new for a big agency to help. And AdRise helps replace bad agency work, but also helps replace no agency work. And plans are very inexpensive. AdRise has 4 main services, and first is the AI Ad Auditor. It analyzes and optimizes ad campaigns for better ROI. The second is AI Content Creator, where it auto-generates high-quality social media posts. The third is an SEO and website auditor, where it improves search rankings with AI-driven insights. And the fourth is Automated Content Calendar, where it schedules and strategizes marketing content. And then recently, AdRise also posted Hyper is coming soon, AI agent that optimizes, scales, and maximizes your ad campaigns for unstoppable growth. Smarter ads, bigger impact, stay tuned. And they also posted saying the ultimate AI-powered content creation tool. Creators can now generate viral thumbnails and content ideas instantly using real-time trend analysis. Stay ahead of the curve, optimize engagement, and grow your audience like never before. So that's AdRise, and if you want to try them out and find out more information, I'll have a link for them down below. Then moving on, we have Calf, who says, I believe Hyperliquid's ecosystem is ready for the next leg. Hyperliquid claimed the 3rd position in terms of revenue, 5 times more than Solana, with $3.53 million in a day. However, that's not even the most remarkable statistic that Hyperliquid has achieved. So we can see here Hyperliquid's revenue surpassing Tron, Pancakeswap, Ethereum, and Solana. On January 29th, they hit an all-time high of $21 billion in daily trading volume, capturing 64.8% of the perpetual market and 72.3% of the top 10 apps. The revenue that day was $4.42 million, and since the launch of the Hype token, Hyperliquid has continued gaining momentum. The trading volume has gradually increased from 50% to over 70% market share among perpetual dexes. And then we also have Look On Chain, who says another whale is buying Hype. This whale deposited $5 million USDC to Hyperliquid 6 hours ago and bought $1.15 million of Hype at market prices and placed limit orders to buy $3.5 million at 1904 and 1905. Currently, this whale holds just under a million Hype at $20.84 million worth of Hype. So this is another whale buying a lot of Hype at these levels. And then Tobias says, Hyperliquid Bitcoin spot volume just overtook Kraken. Hyperliquid will eat into centralized exchange market share more and more. And then we also have Ryan Watkins, who says, Hyperliquid is the #1 chain by revenue in the last 24 hours. Mind you, this is pre-Hyper EVM getting any traction. I still don't think the market quite understands the revenue potential for Hyperliquid. And lastly, we also have Mitch, who says, over the past 2 years, Hyperliquid has grown to capture over 70% of the DEX perps market share. Slowly but surely, this is eating into Binance's dominance. Hyperliquid now holds 12.8% of Binance's perp market share. There are 2 major catalysts, in my view, that will accelerate Hyperliquid even further, pushing it to a level where it can meaningfully compete with the likes of Binance, Coinbase, etc. Number 1 is the spot markets. Hyperliquid currently offers only 14 assets for spot trading. With the recent addition of Bitcoin, expect this number to grow significantly as more projects seek exposure in Hyperliquid's high trading volumes and mindshare attention. Number 2, bridging. Previously, bridging to Hyperliquid wasn't the most user-friendly experience, as it is solely a one-to-one pathway from Arbitrum. Now, with the launch of the Hyper EVM and Layer 0's integration with the EVM, bridging assets into the Hyperliquid ecosystem in its order books should increase significantly. So Hyperliquid could be gaining some market share again. I will say we did sell off, but it looks like we are starting to come back with the rest of the market right now. This is a level that we do want to watch closely because it does look like it's performing an underside retest. But if it reclaims this level, then we're off to the races again. So we have this big range for Hyperliquid where it's like anytime it goes above 27.80, you just face resistance, and then anytime it goes down around $20, it finds support until recently where it broke down below. So what we don't want to see is we don't want to see it come down like this and then just head back down. Although if you do want to buy it, that's kind of what you want to see, because I do expect it to then go down towards $14, as a lot of early whales might panic who got their airdrops. They might sell if we get down to this level. So this is a level that I'd be wanting to buy. But if you're in Hyperliquid, you don't want to see this. You actually want to see it come above here, reclaim this level, and then head back up towards this $27 level. And then we're fighting the next level of resistance where we can eventually break out, hopefully, and then continue higher. Hyperliquid is one that I do want to buy more spot of. But this is kind of a level where I want to wait to see what happens. The market's not that great. So we either want to see it reject here, head back down, great, we can get it at $14, or if it confidently reclaims this level and then we're holding above this level, I'd like to buy it then. So either way, I just want to see what happens at this level. It's kind of a level that we want to wait to see what happens instead of just rushing in to buy it right now. Even if I have to buy it a little bit higher and have a little bit more confidence that it's not going to just instantly dump lower. So that's what's going on with Hyperliquid. One that I probably do want to add it to my spot bags in the coming days or maybe weeks, depending on how the rest of the market goes. Moving on, we have Kate the Alt, who says whales are stacking ETH. The cost basis for accumulation addresses is $2,199, and the current price is $2,500. And then Altcoin Daily also shares prepare Ethereum's Pectra upgrade set for March 2025. The goal to make Ethereum faster, cheaper, and easier to use for both regular users and validators. What's changing? Well, you can pay gas fees with more than just ETH. Right now, Ethereum users must hold ETH to pay gas fees, but with account abstraction, users will be able to pay gas fees using stablecoins like USDC or other ERC20 tokens, as well as bigger validators staking limits. Currently, you must stake 32 ETH to participate in securing the network, and after the Pectra upgrade, the limit will increase to 2,048 ETH, allowing larger scale validators to operate more efficiently. It'll also be faster and more efficient for data handling. Ethereum will introduce vertical trees, a new way to store and verify data that will make transactions faster and lower costs, scheduled for March 2025. So we'll have to see if this does anything for Ethereum. While everyone keeps saying, whales are accumulating and, all these great things are happening for ETH, this is what the chart looks like. So while Ethereum whales are accumulating, other Ethereum whales are selling. So we'll have to see what happens. Like I said, I do think we come back down here. Many times when we have a huge sell-off wick like this, most times you come back and retest it. And so we did kind of retest it here. So whether this was the bottom, I'm not entirely convinced. I do think we still come down here and trade around 2,200-ish. I think we continue, up from there. But I do think we eventually come back down here. Even though Ethereum whales are accumulating, I think they're going to accumulate even more when you do come back down here. And I think they'll continue to load up around this area. I do think we go higher for Ethereum this cycle, but just the way price is right now, I don't expect this to be the bottom and that just sends us up instantly. Very rarely is just slowly bleeding out just what sends us to new all-time highs. Usually we consolidate at a local support here for a while before heading up. So I think we probably do come back down here towards $2,200 if you do want to pick up ETH for the long run. At some point, it will continue higher, just not right now. And then moving on, we have BitDCA, which is introducing Littlebit, the easiest way to DCA into Bitcoin. Earn a share of revenue from every Littlebit transaction powered by BitDCA. Their listing is tomorrow, February 26th at 3 p.m. UTC, which is today. Now, if you don't remember what BitDCA is, they allow you to save effortlessly with Littlebit, their micro-saving app that automatically converts a small percentage of every credit card payment into Bitcoin. So an easy way to buy Bitcoin with just transactions that you're already doing with your credit card. Now, BitDCA has good tokenomics. They've raised $8 million across multiple investment rounds. Their fully diluted value at centralized exchange launch is $21.4 million, and 93.2% of presale tokens are locked for a few years. They also said MasterCard, Visa are BitDCA integrated. Users don't need to obtain a new credit card. They can just link their existing credit card or debit card to BitDCA's Littlebit app and start saving in Bitcoin. And then also BitDCA is listed today on Mexi at 3 p.m. UTC, so you can check them out as well if you want, link down below. And then lastly today, we have Pancakeswap, which is now live on Monad testnet for faster trading. So this announcement will let users have ultra-low fees, enhanced liquidity, and lightning fast trade execution to the DeFi space. Pancakeswap's move to Monad unlocks incredible speed, low fees, and high scalability. Monad processes thousands of transactions per second with near instant finality, limiting congestion and ensuring smoother trading execution. Even during market spikes, trades will remain fast and reliable, making this a powerful step forward for DeFi traders. Now, the key features of Pancakeswap on Monad include industry low fees, trade with fees as low as 0.01%, keeping more money in your pocket, enhanced liquidity and capital efficiency, where liquidity providers have two options: V2, a stable fixed fee model offering predictable earnings, and V3, concentrated liquidity for maximized capital efficiency and fee generation, as well as universal router for best pricing, where smart routing ensures users always get the best price execution across V2 and V3 pools, and optimized trade execution. Concentrated liquidity leads to tighter spreads and lower slippage, even for larger traders or during market volatility. So that is Monad on Pancakeswap, which is coming very soon. It's now on testnet. And then lastly, today we have Bitcoin, which is starting to sell off a little bit, but I will say we are a couple hours here before New York Open. So one of these three will happen today. It's kind of like a weatherman saying something's going to happen. We just don't know what, but it's better that we have a couple of scenarios played out so we can react. As traders and investors, we always want to have different scenarios played out for what we want to see happen. And this is kind of where I want to see. This isn't a really area that I want to do much trading in. We're kind of in the middle of no man's land between these two levels of $92,500 and $81,000. So whatever happens today and maybe over the next couple of days, will kind of determine what happens. Unfortunately, what is another possibility is that we just go sideways here. A lot of times we sell off and then we just go sideways, and then we just kind of have to wait to see what happens, whether we go up or we go down from here. So that is another possibility. But I do think with how volatile the stock market is, we'll probably pick a direction fairly soon. So that's the video today, guys. Hope you guys enjoyed it, and I'll see you guys tomorrow.